Hi, my name is Em and I'm going to show you a step-by-step tutorial on how to make a sheared top just like this one. Ignore the loose threads on here because I haven't had a chance to cut them off yet and it's a job for another day. Anyway, I'm going to take you through the measurements of the pattern that I cut out so you can adjust it to fit your measurements. I'll show you how to shear and how to add details like frills at the bottom and elastic in the neckline. So what you're going to need is some shearing elastic for your bobbin thread, some normal machine thread, the color of your material or a contrasting color, whichever you don't mind being shown on the top, some thin elastic, so mine's about 1 centimeter in width, the top of your garment, and time, because shearing takes time. It's a bit tedious sewing all those lines, but I have to say the end result is so worth it. So let's get started. So I have cut out the top. This is obviously on the fold and I've got my second piece here. So I'll put the measurements up around so you can screenshot and use it. This will be for about a size 8, so you can adapt the measurements to fit your size. It is prone to fraying. I have overlooked all of the edges just to be safe. Before I start shearing, I'm going to do a rolled hem on both the bottom and the armholes. You don't have to do this at this stage, you can do it after you've finished your shearing, but I just prefer to do it before. This is because I find it tricky when you're doing sheared after it's finished. It's all obviously bunched or ruched together. So I want to do it now before it is. I've done the armholes and the bottom. Just created a casing for the elastic at the top and threaded the elastic through. The reason I've done this now is because when you start to shear, it obviously all gets bunched up and it's quite faffy to do. So that's the reason I like doing it now, but you can do it after if you're going to add the elastic in the top. The reason I've added the elastic in the top is because with the shearing pulling in the material, the top then waves, so I use the elastic to make sure it lays flat against your body. What you're going to want to do next is map out where you want your lines to go for your shearing. So I am just going to do lines about 1 centimeter apart from each other down, so I'm not going to map them out. They're probably going to be a bit wonky, but that's all right. If you want to map them out, use tailor's chalk or a fabric marker that you can erase so that they stay straight. You can also do the lines different lengths away from each other to make it a pattern with your shearing. Use your thread for the top of the machine and your shearing elastic for bobbin thread. It will look like this. So this is the back, this is the shearing elastic, and this is the front, so I've used a thread that matches my material. I've left 5 centimeters at the bottom because I wanted a little bit of a frill. Now it's time to start shearing. Set your machine tension to high, possibly 4 or 5, and your stitch length to the longest length. Mine was on a 4. The longer the stitch length, the more gathered your material will be. I've pinned both pieces together, so right sides facing each other, and I'm going to sew up here, up here. Once you're at this stage and you've sewn either side together, I would suggest trying the top on with the strap still pinned so that you can adjust the elastic accordingly so it fits nicely across your body. Once you have determined the length of elastic that you're going to use in your top, secure it down with your sewing machine and snip off the excess elastic, and then sew your straps together. And here is the final product. Ignore all the loose threads around, I need to trim them off, but that's a job for another day, right? I absolutely love the colours in the material. It's Pink Licorice by Merchant & Mills, in case you wondered. I love the frill at the bottom, just adds a little bit of something to it. And I think it's going to be perfect in the summer. So let me know if you followed the tutorial, and let me know if you want to see any more step-by-step tutorials, because I'm sure I can find some more up my sleeve. Please comment down below if you followed it and made your own. I want to see pictures. I want to know what material you used. I want to know if this was helpful. So thanks for watching. Hopefully see you soon.